Welcome, my homeschool village. Are we here today? Are we? Give me a thumbs up if you are here. If put your name in there, please. We're trying out the StreamYard today. Hi, Anne. Thank you. That helps. Let me know as you come in. Put your name in there. Hi, Mendoza kids. I love that you put that. That is so cute. It's so good to be back after a very long holiday. Hi, Katie. Come on in. We're going to just give it a minute. Just an update. We took off 3 weeks, and it's a really good thing we did. I had a sinus surgery, and this is the first day I felt good in a long time. So the timing is really good on this. But I still sound like I have a cold, and that's just the sinus is still healing from all kinds of trauma and getting sick. So not my best holiday ever, but it was pretty good. So tell us how yours was. Tell us how the break is. Are you ready to get back into life with homeschooling and all these lovely winter weather? Let's see yeah, tell me just give me like a one or two answer. How was your holiday? And are you ready to get back at it? Yay, holiday, no, not back at it, or yay, holiday, yay, back at it. All right. It's so much easier when I can see you. We're trying to decide if we like this StreamYard better than Zoom. Hi, Lori. Welcome. Had a great Christmas. Sorry, it pops up and then it disappears. Happy the chaos is over. I feel that. Oh my gosh, I feel that. Holidays are great. Ready to get back to it. Had a great Christmas with all 3 adult children returning home. Well, congratulations on that. How fun. Yeah, we had so many people here. My daughter was here with her baby. So fun to get to be a grandma for 2 weeks, but realized I am too old to be a parent to small children. In the meantime, yeah, we hadn't had an empty, quiet house for weeks. And I hear you. I started hiding in my bedroom. Had a wonderful Christmas, ready to get back on schedule. Amen. Yay, Trish. Trish, did you get all in and set up and everything on the Virtual Village Kids? Is your son in there? Is he making friends? Is he getting along? Tell me how that's going. How many of you are currently using the Virtual Village Kids, and what do you think about it? Crystal says, just found out last night that our house will be built to the Clayton's homes a month and a half early. Congratulations, Crystal. Getting that house is a big deal. You've got to get that house done. I'm a little jealous you get your own house on your own property, but I'm so happy for you. So happy for you. God, I don't like this as much as I liked when I could just, your guys' questions would pop up and I could catch up. Is there a way to list those, Heather? It's throwing me off a little because if I don't catch it right in there, I can't come back.
But they're not really. I'm giving you everything I got except for Katie.
No, I mean, like, it was nice when it was stay posted so that I can stay on my thought and then go back to the post, but it doesn't. No.
Well, I can keep it up as long as you want it up.
Longer. I'm slow reader.
Okay. Got it.
Guys, Heather, I kind of like you on there. Why didn't you stay on?
Because I don't know.
Great. Look at her great hair. Her pretty house in the background. That's not really hers.
No, I was trying to figure out, it's not streaming to Instagram, so I was working on that.
Okay, well, you can, but it's easier to have your face here.
Okay, I can talk to you if you want me to talk to you.
Yeah, Crystal likes your house too, Heather. Don't we all? Don't we love these lovely? Yeah, I had to just blur my mess. You can see the mess on both ends over here. Anne has been amazing at getting Joe all set up with the virtual kids, Minecraft book club, etc. It was a hit and miss list last month. So excited to get back to a normal schedule this year. Yeah, I hear you on that. We're in the same boat. Actually, the Minecraft group saved us a lot this holiday season. My poor youngest child, who's 11, doesn't really fit in anymore with all the adult kids. So all the older children would hang out and play during the holiday time, and my 11-year-old would disappear and hang out with some of the kids in Virtual Village and play Minecraft instead. And we let him do that because some of the older kids aren't always nice to an 11-year-old. So we were like, go ahead and hide, hun. And we let him just play with the kids in Virtual Village. So we were so glad it was there this holiday. It really saved my poor youngest from being just left out. So that was great. So we are having a lot of people joining in to our virtual village this month. I don't know how many of you have seen. If you have friends who if you think would love to be in the virtual village right now, January is free. So I know, Katie, I wish I could blur my background in the real life. I wish I could blur a lot of things in real life. It's just like on this screen, by the way, I can do a touch up so you can't see all my wrinkles. So I also wish I had a filter in real life. That would be so cool. But yeah, so if you have friends right now that you think would really benefit from the virtual village, maybe they have a curriculum they don't need, or they have a curriculum they like right now and they don't need the entire Homeschool Pro curriculum, which is fine, but they still want to be a part of the virtual village kids where they can play with their kids, they can hang, the kids can hang out. Make sure you're sharing with your friends. January is free. They can come in. They just sign up, no credit card required. And they're playing, they're hanging out, and they can check it out. Yeah. So it's free for new people in January. Anybody who wants to just come in, try out, it's free. For those of you who are in, which just we'll make it up to you in other ways. Don't you worry. But to give it free and then not would be a million hours of labor and headache. So we give you all the other extra stuff inside the village for free. So those who would like to join and are new, hi, Leslie, welcome. Make sure that your friends know that they can come and just try it out. It's a trial for free in January. And then in February or the end of January, we'll send them an email. And if they want to stay, they can sign up then. So
I'm going to put the link in the chat box so they can have it too. Just give me a second.
Thank you. We've had a lot of moms say, oh my gosh, I had one mom say the other day, she said, I was just talking to my mom the other day about, I wish somebody would do this. And then we posted about it and she signed up immediately. And there's a lot of lonely homeschool kids out there, you guys, and there doesn't need to be. Let's spread our arms and welcome them in lovingly and warmingly, and let's help other homeschool kids connect. Robin, hi. We are trying it out for the first time and enjoying it so far. Oh, good. Good. Robin, welcome. This hour of the week is made for you moms to get any answers to homeschooling or any questions answered in homeschooling that you have, whether it's about the program, whether it's about just how to homeschool, even parenting, just straight up parenting. Heather is like the expert mom here. She's done it all. She's got 4 teens and she knows what she's doing. And then I help. I try. Honestly, what's interesting is Heather and I have very different parenting styles, but in the end, we're both after the same results and we're getting the same results. And I think that's fascinating. Our kids have a lot in common, though they're being raised in different religions, different homes, different styles. But both of us are after God-fearing, hardworking, honest children that are capable, not just capable adults, but great adults. And we're both getting the same results, but in completely different styles. So that's why it's important that Heather's here for you guys to see this as well, so that you can ask both. And we'll probably have totally opposite answers, but both work. And that's the beauty of it. Mm-hmm. I love all the great chats with the kids and the learning we do during our Zoom calls. Oh, and I'm so glad to hear that. My son thinks the world of you, by the way. And I am very happy for Virtual Village Kids. That came out of you guys telling us what you needed. And it's really blessed my family. So thank you for that. And as you have more ideas, send them our way. That would be great. Now, we made a bunch of changes this morning in our main, sorry, I wanted to say Virtual Village Kids. Sorry, one of my headaches are coming on. The sinus headaches are real.
So while you gather your thoughts real quick, Trisha's asking me a question. Did you by chance get a print of the January list of unit studies? I see where I can go in and see all the unit studies individually, but I like it when you list all the topics on the printable page. The activities, there was one, look inside the community there. Ian tagged you in a link for that, but if not, I'll make sure you get it. So anyway, sorry, I just didn't want to bypass that and forget.
No, thank you. No, the headaches come on and off, and they just started. I'm like, oh boy, okay. which, by the way, one of the topics we're going to be discussing is how to set up, and actually this is something we should just discuss now, how to set up your homeschooling so that when mom is down, homeschooling doesn't have to be interrupted. So this is something that I've been very grateful for this last 3 months. I have literally been down with headaches and all kinds of illnesses and getting off of medications. And so for 3 months, I've barely been available to my family. And I've realized how grateful I am for the systems that we've set up. So the kids' education didn't suffer because mom was suffering. I could literally still homeschool from the couch. My husband also worked from home. He could homeschool in the middle of meetings and things that were going on. And so one of the things, and this is actually why we even built my homeschool village and the curriculum that's in there, because life continues whether mom is sick or not. I know a lot of you deal with different illnesses that come and go. There's tragedy in our lives. We had 2 family funerals last year. We had so much going on, and my kids' education didn't suffer because we had systems set up. And that's what I want to show you today. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to show you how to use my homeschool village to set up a system in your life so that when you can't, they still can. All right. So you see the screen. This is our dashboard. I got up at 3 a.m. today with an inspiration on how to make this a little clearer for you, hopefully. Still got some changes to make, but hopefully this will help you find what you need inside the village. So you've got this menu that's spreading on. Can you see my mouse? I don't see it in the video, but I see it on my computer.
No, but
mouse at it?
No, I don't. But when you highlight it, it changes color.
Okay. Then I will not use mouse to point to things. I will explain it better. So yeah, this is our main page. You can see what's going on. Don't pay attention right now to the menu at the top. Your menu will not look like that. Oh, Heather, I think I just realized where that favicon went. Your menu will not look like this. Mine does, because I'm an admin. So don't worry about that. Your main menu that you need to worry about are the pictures and these blue buttons right here. So let me just take you on a quick tour after I sneeze. Oh, excuse me, right in the microphone. That was for you guys. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So you've got your welcome start here. We've got some videos we're going to be adding in the next couple of days to help with a little more explanation. And we're going to add, you know us, we're always adding, always trying to make it clearer for you guys. So we're going to go to the Homeschool Pro Access. If you are currently only in Virtual Village, you will not see this. If you purchase the Homeschool Pro, you will then see the Homeschool Pro Access right here. We're going to just go through this tab. I'm going to show you what all right. So this is the main dashboard for all of the Homeschool Pro and its organization systems. The first thing you're going to find is right here. We're going to select, and you go in and you're going to find the welcome. Right here is just welcoming you, tells you to enroll in the program with our forms. And it gives you a step-by-step. As you can see, this is me having already gone through. Setting up everything you need. The creative bug. So we have 6 different online programs in here as part of your membership. So you don't have to purchase separately. If you were to purchase these separately, you're looking at an extra $100 to $200 a month per kid. Whereas we worked a deal with these guys for you. So you can go in and we have the information in here for you to set up a creative bug account, which is all of your art projects, everything from how to make an herbal tea to sewing, crafting, painting, you name it. There are classes in there. It's like the YouTube of crafting. It's done by Joanne's, and it is a plethora and beautiful golden treasure of anything arts and crafts. We also have access to Generation Genius, which is math and science for up to 8th grade. And as you can see, it will give you all the logins and everything you need there. I'm not going to go all the way into everything or you guys will start to get sick. We have the homeschool roadmap, which has been updated with all of our schedules, but I have that somewhere else too for you. The creative bug. Wait, do we have? starfallstudy.com, type C. Most of these you cannot get access to if you've not filled out the form. You have to get that form filled out to get access to those things, only because you have an account per app there, per program. Then when you've gone through, you just click restart. I'm going to go back there. Here's something we've changed recently. Here's your organization tools. Now, we have, this is a video, yes, how to organize your computer. Exactly how to organize and bookmark and tab everything you need, as well as your discount for your Chromebook if you need a Chromebook. We've got planners and schedules here. Here's where you're going to get your free online planner. But I go in and I explain multiple schedules and what they are and what each planner that goes with it looks like. And if you'd like to buy these planners, you're welcome to do that. I put the link here if you want to get those. They're in PDF form at this point. We don't print them other than the loop schedule. We do have that as a printable. And I go in and explain everything. Now, I don't know how many of you have heard the menstrual cycle schedule. That is something I've been posting about and women are crazy about right now. Here's the menstrual cycle schedule as well. So I put there's 4 different schedules in here, so that you can go in and pick the schedule that works for you. And then you go into the rest of My Homeschool Village and you plan your life around that. So we have, that's under the organization. Everybody see where I'm going here? Let me know if you get lost and I need to stop and show you anything, but that's at the very top. Next is our virtual village. Here's where you can come in. You get your instructions, your monthly calendar, what's going on for the month, all the Minecraft times and links. And we've just added an art club. We have Hannah, Heather's oldest daughter, who is adorable, guys. She is now teaching an art club in there, and that's getting started. We have the book club. The summer fun will be coming as summer shows up. And then right underneath, you've got kindergarten, first grade. Now, these are all planned out for you. If you want to just go in here and go week 1, kindergarten, there are look at this, day 1, day 2, day 3, exactly what you do. Notice only 4 days. Please notice. You don't even have to do that if it doesn't work for you. You just go from one to the next. And this will keep track. So you know if your child finished day 3 but not day 4, it will keep track. So you can do day 4 the next week if you want. Go ahead, Heather.
So the reason why there's only 4 days is because this was what I did with my kids, and we only did 4 days. So we either took Mondays off or Fridays off because it seemed like we had a lot of field trips going on Fridays, or, life just got busy. So we crammed everything into 4 days. But honestly, at that age, it only took like 45 minutes tops to even get all of that work done for that age group. So anyway, just saying that's why there's 4 days, because you don't really need more than that. So anyway.
Well, I'm a fan of homeschooling shouldn't be done in 5 days. It should be done in 4 or less. The rest is about life and living it. So like she said, I love it. 45 minutes, guys, day at a time. But the beauty is that the program, if you only get 2 days done that week, that's okay. The program, when you come in, will automatically start and show you that you didn't do day 3, day 4, and you can just start it the following week. So it'll keep track for you. So you don't have to worry about, where was I? Okay. And that will be, I was trying to decide if I go back here. It'll be on the main page. Actually, if you go here, back to the main page, it's called, I renamed it today, so let me check what it's called. It's called See Progress Through the Village. So if you have a child in any of the grades and you're going by day, or if you say unit studies or whatever, that in the Progress Through the Village, it actually keeps track of the things that you have done in the courses as far as like that complete course. So you can go in and keep track of your first grader, third grader, whatever. Okay, let's go back here. So here's our main menu again. ask questions as we go here, guys, if you need to know anything. Heather will keep me on task. So we've got our first grade to kindergarten. First grade, second grade, third grade, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. And Heather, who is beautiful at programming these things. And remember, Heather's been homeschooling for 20 years. She knows that you don't have to do school for 6 to 8 hours a day. The lessons in here are short, they're sweet, they're only what the child needs, and they can do more if they want to do more and move forward. And then these are the grades, the organization tools, and then she has math, language arts, your basics, okay? We have high school here. This is mostly study.com, but it does allow you to change according to their actual levels. You know, a ninth grader and a 12th grader could be on the same level of math. So it just depends on where they're at there. So you go in and help with that. Then we have our electives here. This is where you get your healing herbs class. Indiana history, yes, is the only state we currently offer because Heather writes these things. So
wait,
one day we might have.
I got Arkansas done.
Okay, we're at 2.
We got 2 because Arkansas Day is coming up. So I got that done.
All right. Eventually, we will have all 50 states. Yes. In the meantime, learn all you want about Indiana or go into homesteading. So we technically do not need to have the kiddos completing the assignments on study.com directly, or are these synced to our study.com login that was set up prior to this website? Yes, you have them do it directly. Or, okay, Heather, help with this. You set that up.
So you can log into your study.com through My Homeschool Village. Yes. Crystal says they link over to study.com. So that's how it works. We cannot put study.com into our system because we don't own it. So we have to just direct you to the login that you've created, and that will take you directly to your kids' courses.
Once you understand study.com, you really don't even need a lot of the high school area. Well, some of it you do, or if you want it. Study.com is really our high school program. And that's junior high school. You can use it in the upper elementary. We did bring it for, you still need to go to study.com and log into your account. Thank you, Crystal. Study.com is really the high school program. It is so well done. Next year, we're hoping to add in their college courses, which actually qualify for most colleges accept for credits. And you can start putting your high school kids in the college level courses if they want to do that. That is coming next year. But for now, you can do the high school in there. And then you can use these electives if you're looking for more electives. Now, I personally use the electives for me. You can use them for your kids, but this whole program is built for an entire family's growth. It's not just about your kids, guys. If mom is learning, kids will follow suit. So make sure that you're learning something every day. Yeah. Okay, Trish. Yeah, so appreciate the double check. I'm sure that people had the same question. So thank you for that. But remember the electives. There's the emergency preparedness. If you follow through on that, you will and do every lesson and do the assignments in it. Your home will be prepared for an emergency, whether it's fire or earthquake or whatever. If you had to evacuate your home, that kind of thing, your home would be ready if you actually went through and did the emergency preparedness courses. And so there's a lot. Type C has an entire program for moms or adults and teenagers. There's no reason for you as the parent not to be furthering your education. And the more you do, the more your children will. So make sure you're being that example to your children and learning. The more I have learned that the more I absorb and the more fun I have learning, the better my children do. 3rd through 12th. Yeah. Study.com is 3rd through 12th grade. And then all our younger stuff is for Heather put in there for under 3rd grade. And even some 3rd, 4th grade, it's kind of like, well, maybe a unit study. The unit studies are perfect for younger kids as well. Let me see. I was just going to look right here and see if there's anything else we need. As you can see, all this cool stuff in here. Okay, so then we've got these histories were written by Heather. Honestly, I think I'd like to put this as if you have a co-op. These histories were created by Heather for her co-ops. So these are great. If you're in a co-op and they're like, hey, what do you want to teach? Sign up for history and use these. That's my recommendation. Yeah, let's recommend. Okay, let's go through the unit studies and the activities. So a unit study. For those of you who are new to homeschooling, I didn't know what a unit study was for the first 10 years I homeschooled. No idea what it was. And when I heard about it, it sounded awesome, but way too much work for me to put together. So a unit study, let me show you. We're going to go into January. And say today we're just not up to like the regular, like the everyday grind. Okay. My kids are like, can we change it up? And so I'm going to go into the unit studies. And today is, what's the date today? The 9th? I don't even know what the date is. The date is
The 10th.
the 10th. Thank you. So I'm going to go into January 10th. January 10th is Save the Eagle Day. Did you
I
know
don't know
that?
that I have a ton in there, but you can look.
Well, tell me when you have a ton in and I'll use that.
Arkansas. Do Arkansas. Day.
All right. Tomorrow is Arkansas Day.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had a day, but now we know. I'd rather do Marzipan Day.
That was good too.
So we go into Arkansas, okay? And as you can see there, we can just go through and I don't have to prepare anything. So a unit study is where you pick one topic and build all their subjects around that topic. I don't know about you guys, but when I was in history, I was like, why are we studying, or in history, when I was in public school, I always wondered why we would study in geography, Spain, but in history, we were studying Utah. And in science, we were studying something that was started, I don't know, South America, right? And I always wondered why it was all spread out. Well, this puts it all together. So what you've got is a unit study that says we're studying Arkansas. So we're going to do a science, a history, a math, and art all around Arkansas. So each subject supports each other and they learn it all together. So here we have a worksheet you can print out. We talk about the state bird. And you just look, you just click that. I highly recommend getting a printer. If you don't have one, print it out. Now all your kids have that specific thing. Come back, print out the worksheets, continue. Next chapter. Yeah, sorry about the whole. Did you get it? I hope it's okay. You can come in here. There's a YouTube video. Oh, to Marzipan. How did I move to Marzipan?
Because everything is in the PDF because we had issues last time when we switched programs and I lost a bunch of stuff. So I just started putting everything in PDF. So it's broken down by elementary, middle school, high school. So there's more stuff on the actual PDFs, but you don't have to go into it. But yes, most of the time there is at least a history and an art thing because a lot of people do it every day. I try not to do 5 subjects in each thing every day.
Okay. No, that's good. Notice I have not gone all the way through these. I've done the holiday ones with my kids. I have not gone all the way through here. Heather, obviously. Thank you, Heather, for all your work. So now we've moved to National Marzipan Day. There's a video about marzipan. We've got celebrating Marzipan Day can be a delightful and tasty experience. Here are some fun and festive ways to celebrate this sweet occasion. Ideas. And you can just do that for the day. You can have them write something if you want. Some of them have math in it. Some of them have. So look, here we have, Korean American Day. Didn't know they had that either, but now we know. And she puts in a recipe on Korean style barbecue beef. Oh my gosh, that's my favorite thing in the world. And you cook with your kids for the day. So this just gives you activities that are educational, that are fun, that are something to just break up your daily. You can literally just do this. And if you did this, there are 365 lessons in here, guys. Some are bigger, some are shorter. You could do 2 or 3 a day. You could do 1 a week. It really is up to you. But the whole point of the unit study is for you to be able to supplement, but mix up your kids' lives a little, add in topics you probably wouldn't have thought of otherwise. I would have never thought to do an Arkansas Day with my kids, to be honest. And so, look, there's Global Family Day, day after New Year's Day, International Mind Body Wellness Day, National Spaghetti Day, right? How fun would it be to do the whole thing on spaghetti, learn the history of spaghetti, make different recipes, So that was the point of the unit studies, is for your life with your kids to mix it up a little, try something new you wouldn't otherwise try, give you ideas. And if you'll see, we've got all 12 months plus all the holidays. We've got Christmas around the world. This one, if you didn't use it this Christmas, make sure you use it next Christmas. She prints out, she even has, I got to show you this. I think this one is just brilliant. How many holidays? She's got 5 right now. She's got more to add. Germany, Ireland, Mexico, and Russia. There's even a passport. You print out a passport and have your kids color in it as they're traveling around the world on Christmas. Here we go. With Christmas traditions around the world. How cute is this? I thought this was brilliant, Heather. I just want you to know. Anyway. Okay. Let me close down some things here so my system doesn't shut down. Okay.
So while we're waiting on her system, let me just explain. So we also have, I've got a bunch of stuff that needs to be uploaded. When we switched websites, I lost a bunch of stuff. So there should be a winter unit study in there, but it's not, but I'm rebuilding it. And so that will be in really soon. But at the top, you'll see like the January book club. Now that has a bunch of stuff, like she was saying, the history, math, art, all that stuff. So there's individual themes as well as daily activities. So now that she's pulled that up, I'm going to let her keep going.
See, I love having you with me. You need to stay here. Ha ha. Okay. So back on the main schedule. So that's the gist of the unit studies. Just going to scroll down to the bottom here. We put those at the bottom. Let me show, where are we? Right there. Okay, there's our unit studies. Here we have the teacher's filing cabinet. We have made a deal with another company so that you can go in and use their website and get all the printables you need for lessons that you create. Or maybe you decide you want to learn a little more about Arkansas Day. You can go in there and find out if there's more printables on Arkansas and create your own. So the teacher's filing cabinet is really made for you, the mom, who wants to maybe create or expand on a topic. You can go in and find the stuff on that. My son wants to go try public school next year, middle school next year. I don't know what to do. Leslie, can I have a comment on that? Actually, I assume you want my opinion because you put it on there. So here is what I have done with my kids. I've had some of my kids have wanted to try middle school. Now, I'm a big fan of, if your kids are going to go back to school, middle school can be the worst time to put a kid into school if they've never been. Now, if they've been before, okay, but junior high, I don't know how many of you guys like junior high, but I don't know a kid who didn't come out somewhat damaged from junior high. It's junior high. However, I have told my kids who want to go back, I will say, okay, I'll give you a week. Like, go in, do a week. The first time I let my children try or go back to school or go in and try it, I told them they had to stay till December. Big mistake. They hated it. I hated it. And I was like, why did I set that goal? I don't know. I have found that a child who wants to go back to junior high will last about a week or two. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, waste of time. The kids are mean. I don't like the schedules. I want sleep. So this is something you have to decide. But I don't know if your child has been in public school at all. Have you been homeschooling? You said back to school. So I'm assuming he may be struggling a little bit socially and he's lonely. If he is he active in the Virtual Village Kids, number one, so that he's getting friends inside? And let's get him some friends. My son is so happy with his buddies now inside the Virtual Village Kids. I don't think I could convince him to go to school if I wanted. But let's make sure he has friends inside the Virtual Village Kids. Get him in there every day during the meetups, and I can guarantee you he'll start to feel less lonely. Usually that's the only reason kids want to go back to school, is they start to feel lonely or like they're missing out on something. Maybe let him try, but have him do part-time. My children, my 2 oldest daughters, extremely social, did part-time in junior and high school with a charter school. My son meets with friends virtually and in person, but I don't want him away for 8 hours a day. Yeah. And that's amen on that. So we do part-time, and I've allowed my children to do part-time so they can do band, they can do dance, they can do, so I'll tell them you can go, but It has to be electives only that I can't provide at home, like orchestra. Excuse me. Whew. Edit that out, Michael. Okay. Crystal says, Leslie, let him choose the things he wants to learn in the subjects that you can, like science, history, reading. Eunice says studies usually helps those that don't like traditional learning. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you for that. And it doesn't, and just because he wants to go back doesn't mean he has to do full time. You can still do. My kids still use the schools for seminary. And I think one elective, my son did mechanics. So we have used the school systems for the occasional elective we can't get. I've been afraid of this too. LOL, my oldest plays softball with 12 to 15-year-olds. I'm afraid she will want to go to public school. For now, she treasures the fact that she sleeps in. Okay, Priscilla, and all of you moms who are afraid that your children will want to go back. Okay. I have found that whenever I let my child go back or let them try, it's just a very short time before they realize that they don't like the behavior of the other kids. They don't like the wasted time, and they don't like the control of the schools. So don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid if your children want to go back to school for a little while. Sometimes they just need to be reminded how bad it was so that they'll appreciate homeschool again. So go through the process, put them back in for a week or two, being okay to pull them right back out. Because sometimes a child who does not appreciate homeschooling needs to be reminded how good it is. And I have found I had one child who's like, I'm going full time. And we were at 14, 15 age and struggling with some rebellion. And I was like, fine, you're going full time. It took him about 3 weeks before he was like, never mind, Mom, I'm sorry. I love you. And I was like, uh-huh. So don't be afraid of that. Let them have confidence in what's going on at home, or ask them why. What is it that you are missing that you think you need? Like, have that conversation. What do you think you're missing out on? And let's talk about that. And if it's a class, we can get you a class. If it's friends, let's find a co-op for you. If it's you just don't want to be around me, okay, why? Am I overly controlling? Do I need to help and back off? Do I need to give you more control? Find out the why. And don't be afraid of them testing out the school system again. It's always greener on the other side, right? So let them be reminded that it's not. And they'll come back. They really will. I'm going to sneeze again. I'm sorry. I'm not sick. It's just the sinus draining. Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad that helps. I have found that getting deeper into the conversation, a friend of mine who is a hostage negotiator. Okay. This is a woman who's used to talking people literally off of cliffs. Okay. Taught me and works with me all the time on this, how to deal with someone on a cliff. She's like, everybody's on the edge of a cliff, especially teenagers. And the most important thing you could do is not tell them what to do, not fix it for them, but to just be curious. Ask questions. Why? Why do you want to go back? Without judgment, without manipulation. And you literally just ask your kids, why do you want to go back? What do you think you're missing? Is there a way we can fill that void for you without you going back? You need to have that full conversation and be curious until the communication is perfectly clear and you come up with a solution, but let the child come up with a solution. Help the child come up with a solution. Also remember your mama, and if you know it will be better, then you can make that decision. Also, older kids can go ahead and get job shadow for a career, or be an intern. Let them know they don't have to wait to be done with high school to start their lives. That is usually a motivator. Yeah, I love that. Christine says, oh, hi, Christine. But if we were to do that and put them in then out again, there is that, oh, I missed it. There is that fear that schools will question it and involve authorities over such things. Are you having those problems? Some states are still under the reporting statuses. Ohio, on the other hand, just passed a law saying no reporting at all, no nothing. So just curious to know what your opinion. I have yet to have issues with the in again, out again. I even had my child, I'll tell you this, my son last year, we did actually put him in and he hated it so bad. I pulled him out, but forgot to tell the system. So he had so many absences. We were getting absence texts every day. My husband and I were like, oops. I tell you, he was absent probably 20 times. I still didn't hear anything from anybody. And I finally just called the school and said, oh, by the way, we're homeschooling. We just forgot to tell you. And they're like, okay, check. So I have yet to have problems with it. There are so many kids right now in and out of the schools. I don't even think they have the manpower to care. Now, Oregon and Washington and California, I would not do that in. Those are probably, and New York. Those are probably the only 4 states I wouldn't do that in. I love that homeschooling can be made to what kids need and change it up as much as they need to. Amen. Oh, sorry, you guys. I didn't realize I'd have such a problem talking with the sinus. But yes, but the bottom line is you are the parent. Now, a child under the age of 8, in my opinion, doesn't get a choice. You're going to do what mom thinks is best for you. That's what we do at our house. A child 8 to 12 will have a conversation, but I still have last rights. Like, we'll talk about it, but the reality is you're still going to do what I say. Okay. But I want them heard. I want them to understand that we do talk about it. I don't want them in my house. When I grew up, it was mom said, and that's it. No discussion. And that felt disrespectful as a kid. Don't I get to have a say? I want my kids to have a say. I want them to learn to make decisions properly. So we talk it through. 12 to 14, I let them choose and I make them live the consequence. This is where they need to understand that they do get to make a choice with my guidance, but they're going to live the consequence. And I trust in the consequence. And I think that's the important thing in parenting. You have to trust in consequences and let your children live the consequence. Do not save your children from consequences. That's when you're robbing them of the opportunity to live, to decide, to find out good and bad on their own. And 12 to 14, even 16, they need to be making decisions where you're close by to catch when fall. Not to save them from falling, but to catch them when they fall. So say they go back to junior high and they get roasted and the kids are mean and they come back in tears. Okay, now have the conversation about the consequences of those choices and what do they want to do now? And help with that, right? Then my children from 16 up, I don't tell them anymore. My question to them is, what do you want to study this year? How can I support? And I become a support to them. I'm, yes, their parent. However, I am now a support. I have had 16 years to teach them right and wrong, what we believe in this house, where, who we follow. We follow God. We pray for inspiration. They know the steps. When you're going to make a decision in your life, decide, pray about it, move forward. And that's what we teach our kids. And so from 16 up, it's okay. How can I support you? If it's something that costs money, great. How are you going to earn the money to make that happen? How can I? And so now my husband and I, it's okay, great idea. Or, well, okay, maybe not my first choice, but it's your life. How can I support you? Right? I don't have to agree with them. So those are kind of the ages of how we handle our children and their decisions. Crystal says, yes, my daughter was skipping days in some classes and now she has to make those days up to get done, or she will have to do them during summer while me and younger brother are out and having fun. See, consequences. It's important that our children learn to live with their own consequences. The sooner they learn to do that, the better, and the better decisions they'll make when they're older. If we are constantly saving our children from bad ideas, then when they're adults, they're just going to do it. They're going to have more bad ideas and act on them because they haven't learned what a consequence is. So remember, that is part of the homeschooling, guys, is teach your children, let your children fail, let them live the consequence. You're here to support and catch. Hey, can you show us what the Village Kids is and where to find everything? Yes. I need some medication. All right. Are you saying, Heather, that's your way of saying, Becky, stop going on and on about nothing?
No. We have like 15 more minutes left.
Oh.
So I was just trying to make sure that you remembered you had planned to do that. That's all.
What am I showing again? Virtual Village Kids?
Yes.
Oh, so we've got that at the very top, right? That's Heather's way of shutting me up.
Yeah, so if people are paying just for the virtual village, this is what they're going to see. And now we have a few comments coming in, so I'll make sure I put that up for you.
Thank you. Okay. So if you're just paying for the virtual village, you're going to see this dashboard. this is what is included for Virtual Village. You've got the welcome, the monthly calendar, and the challenges, your Minecraft times and links, your kid connections. This is for 3rd to 5th grade. We need to put that in there. And we have the art club, the little learners, the book club, and the summer fun. Now, here's the number one thing you need to know about this. You want to go into so here's okay. Here's your basic information, right? Here's our Minecraft meetup schedule. How to get in, how to sign up, open play, Monday through Friday, 4 to 8 on Eastern time. And then your challenges. Now you're going to click this. This takes you to the community. You can get through the community in buttons all over this website. We try to make it as easy as possible. It's also up here in the double people. This little icon at the top of your screen is also your community. But in here, notice I'm now in the Minecraft community. The different areas of Virtual Village have their own group. So if you go into just groups and you have gone in and signed up, like I have, to the Minecraft group, the book club group. If you're not part of the art club, you don't want to be part of the art club, you don't have to even join that. But you go into my groups once joined, and each area will have its own listings. Go ahead, Heather.
Your page didn't switch. It's still showing the times.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, it wouldn't go to, okay. I'll just get there this way. Hold on. Thank you.
Yeah.
For some reason, it didn't want to. You go up to, is it? Nope. It's this one. There we go. Sorry, did I tell you the wrong one? Okay, now it's switched. Okay, so we're in the groups now. And I'm going to click on my groups. These are the ones that I have joined. Okay, and in here, I'm going to see that each one of these groups will list the activities for the week and daily activities. So you can go in every day and let's find out what Minecraft is doing today. There we go. Here's our Minecraft group. And inside there will be posts. We literally started this yesterday, guys, and divided it up. There will be the post on where they're meeting, the link, because there's a daily link they have to join. Will they just use the one Zoom login for all Village Kids lives? No, right? It'll be different for each group. Because, yeah, it'll be different because some people don't want the book club and some people are just aren't interested or their kids are different ages or whatever. So each group will have its own link and it will be right here. Sorry, it's not in this say what is on your mind right there. It'll be right there. Your link for the day will be there. That way, in case something gets changed or whatever, it'll be a schedule and a link daily. Are you seeing that, Ann? So there's an art club here. Are there any live social opportunities for teens that aren't into Minecraft in the Village membership? I only see this, and the kids' social meetup. Well, art club, if they're interested in art club. Question for you on that question. This is something we want to create. We have a lot of people who want it. And then we get our teens involved and they're like, I don't want to do it. What do I do? Okay, we're having issues with shocking teenagers and attitudes. What? I know. Guess what? They're all doing it. So I have a 14-year-old daughter who swore to me that she would come and do the art club. So when I told her it was time to meet and they were going to get doing it, she's like, well, why? What do I got to do? Well, I don't know if I want to go in there. So getting our children in, like, what is the carrot? Yes, we want to do that. We are ready to go and put teens together. I would love to have them in, but they need a reason. And if Minecraft isn't doing it, I know all my children and their cousins play StarCraft together. We can do a StarCraft club. Guys, we'll put them in StarCraft and let them play StarCraft. I don't know if your teens are doing that. That's what the art club is for. Let's get some teenagers in there sharing, talking about art. If you have an interest you think will draw your teenager in, we'll put it in here. We just need help to know what that is because each child has its own attitude. And we're trying to figure out how to work around that attitude. So ideas, go.
And so also I was going to say for right now, the art club is not live. because Hannah originally thought she would be home. Actually, she is home, but in 2 weeks, she starts doing her student teaching on Wednesdays. So she's pre-recording the lessons, and then on Fridays, she's going to just go over and review. So the art club is not live. So if they want to get in, and really, they can just converse through the not text messaging, but the comments. They can get to know each other that way. And then when they do feel comfortable, they can maybe join a live together. Let me see.
Answer some questions. Roblox, not Minecraft. What ages are your kids doing Roblox? Like, we're perfectly happy adding in more. We just need to know what they want. Joe likes Minecraft, but gets a bit bored with video games. Okay.
Don't have any other things. So so another thing that we can do is we can do a meetup like Anne does on Thursdays for the teens. The problem has been that the teens don't really want to meet up. They just need that activity. So Anne says, send activity ideas to activities at my homeschool village for your teens. Robin's kids are 13 and 14. I think the art club would be good for 13, 14, and even the book club. My daughter is reading Persuasion, and she would love it if there was another teen having to suffer through that with her. So,
and we can do older books. Like right now we're doing The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which in my opinion is for all ages. But like, will your kid do a book club? Will your kid do Roblox? We can look into, we've got that. Anne, did you write that down for Roblox? We can check that out. We really just need to know, what will your teens show up for? We'll set it up. Roblox has been busted multiple times for child abusers going in and posing as children. Yeah, that's why we're not. Okay, that's why we're doing the Minecraft education. We'll be able to keep an eye on it. My kids love everything you guys add. LOL. They love trying new things, so they're on for it all. Oh, that's awesome, Priscilla. Thank you. Good. Do you have teens? We did a teen book club. They did not want to come. And that's what we're happy to set up anything a teen will show up for. The only problem is we can't feed them. Like, I've never met a teen that'll show up without food, and we can't feed them. So if we were live, I would be like, smorgasbord, just show up. I'll feed you to the hilt. But we can't do that here. So I found that bacon brings in teenagers. I can't give them the smell of bacon to bring them in. So give us ideas. We are happy to do that for you. Just let us know, and we'll get it moving. So, but yes, please, ideas on that, because we have tried multiple things, and getting a teen to show, like, I don't know how we're going to get them to connect. They're so funny. All right. So, we have only got about 5 more minutes. So questions about Virtual Village, the Homeschool Pro, the community inside there. Anything else? Anybody have any? Because
there was a question on explaining the community. So what is the community for, and how should they use it?
Okay, so the community is for multiple reasons. Number one, for you as the mom. Okay, in here, now there's the groups here. These are for the kids. We do have a live, if you're interested in the homesteading. Where'd that go? The homesteading. But this is also a great place where you're having issues. So somebody will write in there and say, I've got a fifth grader who doesn't get his work done. He's fighting me on everything. What do you guys do? And then as moms were coming in and going, hey, we've done this and this has worked. Try this. This might help. And we share ideas on that. Or, hey, guys, we just had this really cool activity. I thought I'd share it with you. Or maybe you've created something amazing for your own homeschool kids and you'd like to share with us. So this is all about us as women coming together as a sisterhood and sharing ideas, sharing results, going in and helping each other. Write in here and say, you know what? I'm having a really tough day. And today I don't want to homeschool anymore. I'm done. Great. Come talk to us about it. Cooking class, a live cooking class. Annie, writing this down. Noted. Thank you, Katie. We'll check. That might work. So then they're eating. Anyway, so this is where you come in. You brag about your kids. Tell us what's going on. Motivate each other. Support each other. let's get each other through the hard times. We've had moms come in and say, guys, my husband just passed away, help. We've gone in and we've been able to do things. We'll send dinner. We rally around each other. And that's what this group is for, is to not be alone homeschooling. There are a lot of us. Some of these women have become friends across the country and meet up outside of my homeschool village because they've become buddies. This is your tribe, but you have to talk to your tribe to connect with your tribe. So this is where we communicate together, and our children as well. This is where our children can come in under your same name and say, hey, this is Mikey or whatever, and talk to the other kids inside the community and talk about what they're building. And in the art club, they can go in and ask questions. Guys, I'm struggling with this piece. What do you guys do? Do you see? I hope that answers your question, but that's what it's for. It's so that we can connect with each other from all over the world. Any other questions? Have you heard of Odyssey of the Mind? Kind of the like work together, problem solve, team building type ideas. I've heard of it, but haven't looked into it. Have you actually used it, Lori? And would your son join? Can we get your son in there? Right now, I would probably have to bribe my teens, but I'm happy to do that. I am not above bribing my teens because teenagers need some sort of value for what they do. So I will do that if I have to. Okay, giveaway. We are giving away today, Kiss My Curriculum. This is the book I wrote a couple years ago. Sorry, I tried to get it into. I'm going to give away this book. The PDF is free inside the file vault. If you haven't read it and you want to read that, I'm going to give you a physical copy. And it's just really the story of me learning how to homeschool, the ups, the downs, mostly about our spiritual ideas on it. And this is going to get a reboot, a redo, and this is the original. It will change. So if you want to get this, it will change to, we're going to talk more about building bonfires. And that's something that we're going to be focusing on more and more. And that will change. So we're going to give this away. Put your name in. Heather's going to do a drawing and tell us who wins. And I will send that out. In the meantime, we are going to be focusing this year on building a bonfire. So this comes from, I'm going to wrap. Is it going to cut us off in 3 minutes? Heather, hurry and give us a name.
We're good. I added more time. You're good. Keep going.
Okay. We are going to, so yeah, the focus this year is on building a bonfire. And that refers to the scripture where we put our candles on a hill so the whole light can see. And when I was a young mom, I felt that keeping my children home was hiding my candle under a bushel. And since then, I've learned that my light is not my children. My children have their own light to share. And I cannot put my children out in public and out in the world until I have taken their little mini flame and turned it into a bonfire. Why? Because a candle on the hill, when the winds come and the trials come, is blown out. But a bonfire on the hill, when the winds come, spreads and grows, and trial feeds a bonfire versus putting out a candle. So we're going to talk about how to build your children into bonfires, where to go from kindling. What is the kindling? What is the small pieces of wood? What are the split pieces of wood? What are the logs that are the long burning, and how to feed their fires so that when they're adults, they light up a room. When they walk into a room, it's lit with the light that they carry. How do you do that? That's something we're going to focus on for the rest of the year on these lives, on our social medias, everywhere. That's what we're going to be focusing on, is how to build your children into bonfires, keep them away from the hill until they are truly ready and strong and ready to be who they need to be. So that's where our focus is going to be this coming year. Okay, who did we get, Heather? Who won the book? See my light in the... Now I'm alone. Oh, Leslie, you won the book. I need your address. If you will send me, I don't know if I have your address. Will you please send me your address inside the community, make it private, right to me or Heather, or email it to support@myhomeschoolvillage.com, and I will get that book to you. I just need your address. But I don't trust, if you are paying right now for anything, I don't trust those addresses. If it's a PO box, it won't work. Anyway, so send me that address, please. Guys, thank you so much for being here this week. It is so nice to be back. It's good to see your names. I don't get to see your faces, but it's so good to see you. Go ahead.
Hey, We just had like a lot of people join on Instagram. You want to go over the bonfire again, and everybody else here can leave, but you can keep talking to Instagram for a minute.
All right. Yeah. So, okay. This is, you gotta love social media. All right, you guys. So if you want to stay, you can stay. The giveaway's been done. Those inside Virtual Village, those Virtual Village kids and the Homeschool Pro are the ones who get the giveaways. And so thank you, Leslie, for you get Kiss My Curriculum. I'm sending that to you. But let's just, for those of you new from Instagram, I want to talk to you about what our focus is. My Homeschool Village's focus is about, yes, we're homeschooling our children, but homeschooling is really just one of the tools that we are using to raise great kids. It's not just homeschooling that saves your child. It's just one tool of homeschooling. So when I was a young mom and I had little kids and I wasn't sure I wanted to homeschool yet, I prayed and asked the Lord if I should be homeschooling. And I said, Lord, I want to homeschool my kids. However, I don't want to hide my candle under a bushel. I'm a God-fearing woman. I want to make sure I'm doing what I need to be doing. And I felt that keeping my children at home would be hiding that candle under a bushel instead of putting my light on a hill. And the answer I got was, if you put their light on a hill before they're ready, the winds will come and snuff it out, and your children will lose their light. But if you build that light and turn it into a bonfire, when you put that bonfire on the hill, when the winds come and the trials happen, that bonfire will spread and glow and create an even larger light. Keep them home, build the fire. When they're ready, that bonfire will glow. Now you put that light on the hill. That was the inspiration I was given when I was a young homeschool mom, because I kept saying, I noticed that children, when they were little, had this beautiful curiosity and light in their faces, but that we lose it as we get older. And I kept looking around at elementary kids and high school kids, and the light was gone, and I couldn't understand what happened. And this is when the Lord taught me, it's about keeping them home and keeping the light in their eyes. And instead of just trying to keep it from getting snuffed out, building the bonfire. So we are raising bonfires is what we are doing. Now that my children are adults, one of the greatest compliments I receive is, your children light up a room. When I first heard that, my heart just filled. I was amazed because I was reminded that 20 years ago, the Lord said, build them into bonfires so that they can light up the world. Now they're lighting up the world. I have 20-year-olds who are literally lighting up the world. I have one who's chosen to be a mother right now. She's a mom, and she is just this light and with her own child. And I have another one who's in Peru right now being a missionary, and she is lighting fires around her. These bonfires are changing the world, a couple of people at a time, but they still have the same light in their eyes that they had when they were little, only it's brighter and it's being shared. And so that is what we at My Homeschool Village are doing. We are helping you build a bonfire. What does that mean? How do you build it? That's what we discuss here in My Homeschool Village. So the ages before 8 are all about kindling. All you're focusing on is kindling. You're not even putting light on that yet. You're building little pieces so that the light can come. So before 8 years old is about just following their interests, not killing their interests, not over educating, giving them assignments so that they learn to hate to be educated. You're following who they are, what they love. You're inspiring. And that's what the early ages are for, is that kindling age. Then you move into split wood stage, right? You got the kindling going and you got to put a split wood. You still can't put a full log on, which would be like education, right? A full curriculum. You still got to give them pieces, and you've got split wood. And that's when you're giving them, you're following their interests and going, okay, you love that. Let's dive in deeper. Let's talk more about it. Here's how you find more information. And you're teaching them how to learn. And then as they become teenagers, you're putting logs on that fire. Okay. The fire of education is burning, who they are, what they love. Now they're teenagers, and you're putting logs on that fire. That means you're really diving deep into who they are, what they want, and you're giving them more control over their lives. You're allowing them more say. You're allowing them to fail a little bit, and you're putting logs on so that when they're adults, Now they put their own logs on. You don't have to keep building that fire and keeping it going. Now, when trials come, they know what to do with that, and they actually grow to be stronger adults through trial, not weaker. Now, the public school system does it differently. They throw on a bunch of logs, they throw on a bunch of gasoline and throw a match into the fire, and you get this explosion in kindergarten, and they love learning, and then it dies. By first grade, they're tired. By second grade, they hate school. By third grade, Mom, why do I have to keep doing this? And so they're still trying to put on like lighter fluid and stuff to keep that light going, and it doesn't work. All they do is burn the wood faster and the children out faster. They do it the opposite. Then they start trying to throw kindling on to try to keep it going. It's not working anymore. And this is why we have teenagers who are dead inside, who are lost, who don't know who they are, who don't know where to go. And so we as parents need to start with the kindling. And if you're starting with a homeschool child who's been in the public school system for a while, you got to go backwards, and you have to start with kindling, which means find out their interests, find out their talents, find out what they were put on this earth to do by just discovering who they are. I have one child who's all about the arts and crafts, and that girl can teach herself and get on any YouTube, whatever, and teach herself to paint. But I have another child who's a year younger who wants to know how to build a car, and that's okay. And that we learned before they were even 8 years old, and then we fed those fires. Christine, yeah, I'm not caretaking for my mother fresh out of the hospital, 77-year-old, congestive heart failure, top of divorce, end of this month, and dealing with other family issues right now with homeschooling too. My world has been turned crazy at the moment, but I know God is above it all and goes before me. He has control. I stay focused, look to the positive. My cup is full and running over. So I'm happy that I have freedom in homeschooling with the busy schedule I have. Christine, thank you for sharing that. And our hearts and prayers go out to you as you're going through this, because adulting is hard. And when you're taking care of your parents, especially at like in your 40s and 50s, you're taking care of your parents and your children and your grandchildren, right? Life can get really overwhelming, but we have to go back to the kindling. If your kids are struggling, go to the kindling. Trish says, yes, I love the kindling and not rushing that process. And don't. Some children need kindling longer than others. Some children need just the split wood longer than others. Some kids are ready sooner, and that's okay. The point is that you're watching that fire, that you're watching the light in their eyes. There were times when I would over push my children and I could see the light go out. They would start to kind of come in. They would look down more. I could see the light changing, and I learned, and I would pray about it. What's going on? Something's wrong. And it turned out it was me. I was the one putting the light out because I was over pushing, because I had an agenda that they were going to follow. And I had the Lord come to me and say, back off. Like I prayed through every day of homeschooling, honestly. And I would have, the Lord would come back and say, you're overfeeding the fire. Back off. Let them tell you when they need more wood. They'll tell you when they need fed more because they're bored. They will ask for it. A child who's homeschooled and allowed to learn at their own pace will ask for more challenge, will beg for more learning. It's actually who we are naturally. It's the public school system that pounds that out of us. The public school system takes a fire and throws water on it and then wonders why it's not burning. That's what the public school system does. That's what the world does to our children. Put another bucket of ice cold water on that baby. Reminds me of another scripture. Okay. Anybody? The scripture of, okay, now maybe we'll not do that right now. Okay. Anyway, it reminds me of other scriptures of pouring water on altars and lighting fires. Anyway, okay. But remember, the Lord can light a fire that has been drenched in water, guys. And it's really about going to Him for the inspiration, the power that you need to teach your children. And that's the bottom line. And that's what we teach here in my homeschool village. Yep, I'm a homeschool mom of now grown and flown 22-year-old. Paying attention to his interests and feeding the fire early was the key to him finding his passions. That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I am really loving doing it. This is not easy, by the way. I have a 17-year-old right now that I am wanting to throw more logs on so bad. And he's going, Mom, not ready. And he's finding his own path. And it's beautiful. He's doing a great job. Honestly, he does better. What I have found is when I push my kids, I have this idea of who they need to be. And my kids rebel against it. And then when I remind myself, when the Lord reminds me to back off, and I watch what they do, they always do better than what my idea was. Always. My children, I've got almost the third one's leaving the house within the next year. And I have to say, all three of my children have shown me that their dream for themselves is bigger than I could even dream for them. They were not raised with limits. I was raised with public school limits in my head of what I can and cannot do. My children, because they didn't go to public school, were not given those limits. And the world is so much wider and bigger for them. And they are more capable. They have more confidence. Oh, I'm jealous. I wish I had, but because they weren't constantly battered every day in public school, they have wings that I didn't know could exist. And I am so grateful to a Heavenly Father who knew that that's where they were headed 20 years ago. Literally every day of homeschooling is walking on faith. You are literally walking on faith going, Lord, you got this, right? Because you have to remember the bottom line is they're his kids. They're not ours. They're his kids. So my prayer has changed from make them do what I want, which we do often, right? To Lord, how do I support the growth of your children? How do I become a cheerleader and a supporter in your plan for your child instead of the controller? And when I have learned to take that, and I don't always do it, I am still screwing up. But when my husband and I take the Lord, this is your child, help me get out of the way of your way, help me get out of your way if I am, and help me to support your plan for this child. That's the prayer that we as homeschool moms need to have. That's the prayer that if we have, our children cannot fail. You guys, you as a mother cannot fail with that prayer. Your children can't fail with that prayer. You will have successful children. You will find joy in your children. That is my testimony. That because I have learned, I've lived this. This is how I know. So, hello, happy homeschool, happy hour podcast. Welcome. There's a woman that you guys all, if you're not following, make sure you are on podcast homeschool happy hour, guys. She has some great podcasts and some great posts. Make sure you're on there if you're not already following her. Okay. Whew, there is my inspiration for the moment. I just had to share that. I know I've been homeschooling for 20 years. I have 3 adult children now and 2 left. And I can honestly say we fail or we don't fail. We struggle when I'm going according to my plan. We move forward at we just succeed beautifully when we go according to his. And that's what I have learned in homeschooling more than anything else. Build their relationship with God. They can't fail. They can't because they will always know where to turn. So, okay. Sorry. Whew, come down from that. Oh, preach. All right. So if you are looking, remember, we've got meetups going on today with our kids in the virtual village. For those of you on Instagram or anyone else who's joined us recently, January is free for your children. We have a virtual village kids where there's Minecraft groups, book clubs, hangouts, all kinds of activities going on where our homeschool children are getting together, playing together, growing together, learning together. And January is free. Go in, sign up, try it out, give it a shot. Let your kids play around. If they love it, in February, you can sign up. If they hate it, no harm done. You don't even give us a credit card to do this. So come check it out and let us know what you think. I know my kid's so much happier since he's been doing it. The other day, he actually now, my 11-year-old son gets up at 7 a.m. on his own, runs around the house, gets his jobs done and his homework done by 9 or 10, just so that he will be ready when the activities begin. And I've stopped fighting him. It's beautiful. I can even pull him off in the middle of one of those activities and say, you forgot something, and he will jump, get it done, and jump back. The tug of war to get his responsibilities done has gone away since he has joined the virtual village. So hope that will do the same for your kids. Let me know. All right. Heather, are we still going, or do you want me to keep going, or do you want me to be done?
Hey, girl, you do whatever you need to do. I'm dealing with customer service right now.
Oh,
I'm helping our villagers right now.
Awesome. Okay.
So if you want to close, you can close.
All right. Well, I'm going to close this meeting because it is over and I have got an appointment here in just a few minutes. So I need to, and she's already messaging me and I'm not sure if we're still on. So, all right. Well, you guys have a wonderful week. Remember, this year is the year of building our bonfires. How do we raise children who will light up the world? That's what we're talking about all year long. Love to hear your feedback on it. And we'll see you guys next week, same time, Wednesdays, 2:00 Eastern time. Every Wednesday, I will go live tonight on TikTok. If you're interested in joining me, TikTok live tonight. What time? I'm not sure. I'm going to get my hair done too. I'm putting extensions in because my hair is so fine and thin. I'm going to go get those done this afternoon. And when I'm done, I will get live on TikTok, probably around 7 p.m. Mountain time. My kids are all gone then. So, all right. You guys have a beautiful day, beautiful week, and happy homeschooling.